Hey guys, what's going on? Today we're going to be working outside a little bit. We're going to be sorting through and getting all of our non-ferrous material ready for a big non-ferrous run coming up in a couple of days. Today we're going to focus on starting out with the aluminum and just splitting that up between dirty and clean. And then we have some air conditioners that need to be broken down. We've got a couple of those. We've got a small pile of electric motors here that we need to separate and clean, get those ready to take to the yard. And in here we have that whole bucket is full of electric motors. The bucket beside it is aluminum, and then there's some stainless down there on the ground. We're going to get all this stuff sorted up and ready to take to the junkyard here in just a couple of days. We're trying to put up as much money as we can so that we can make an offer on the property that we've been showing you guys. We really want to try to make it work. It's going to take so much money and materials alone just to get that place livable. The place has been condemned, so it's not like we can move in, clean it up, get the power on, move into it, and then start fixing it slowly as we go. It has to be completely brought up to code before it can be not condemned. That's going to take a lot of money, so that's what we're trying to do now. Just sitting around thinking about it, it's really an ambitious thought to think that it's ever going to work out, or it's ever going to come to fruition. But man, I don't know, it just really feels like that's where we're supposed to be and this is what we're supposed to do. So I mean, we're going to move mountains and try to make this thing work. We're going to do everything we can to make it work. I don't know how yet we're going to get all of the money to make this thing happen, or how it's going to work out. This is what it feels like we're supposed to do, so this is what we're doing. Also today we're going to be sorting through the wire. Can you even see that wire? I'm not sure. This barrel's full, and then this barrel's full as well. We're going to be getting that stuff sorted out so that we can scrap it too. Stacy and I had talked about selling our camper to come up with funds to repair the house, but like I said before, we're gonna have to figure out some way to where we can live cheaply so that we have extra money left over to slowly fix the house up. If we're paying rent somewhere, you know, $800 or $900 a month, we're never gonna have enough money to fix the house up. So right now where we are, we've got to, number one, figure out where we're going to be going in a month, at least a month. I might be able to push that out further. Don't know exactly what's going to go down with that, but once we have to figure out where we're going, number one, we have to figure out how we're going to come up with the money to buy this place. I tried to call him last night again, he didn't answer, so I'm just going to go show up on his door probably today and go talk to him about a price. We have to figure out how we're going to come up with that money. We have to figure out where we're going to live while all of the stuff is being done to the house, and we're going to have to figure out how to come up with that money to fix the house. Sounds all very unreasonable when I say it out loud, but we're going to try our best to make it happen. We're going to do what we can to make it happen. So the camper here, Stacy thinks that it's a storage shed, but that's okay. Let me get some lights on in here. I'll just give you the grand tour of the whole place real quick. Honestly, it's kind of small for all of us to stay while we're doing, but I mean, it would be so cheap, you know, we would be able to fix the house a lot faster. And on top of that, my parents as well as Stacy's parents all live within a mile of where that place is, so you know, during the day we could go hang out with them or do whatever. Go play down at the river, You know, we wouldn't be stuck in this thing all day. Some days we would be, and that would suck. That would be pretty rough, but I think we could make it work. This is the big bedroom. Well, it's not very big, but it is the big bedroom of this place. Queen size bed, storage to the left, storage to the right. It's got a big storage compartment underneath of it. It's a pretty decent size. That's comfortable. And then as we back up, you see the door that we just came into, this couch here, and that actually folds out into a bed. And as we back up even further, you have the stove. As we back up even further, you have the fridge, and it's a pretty decent sized fridge. It's not huge. If we did end up getting the place, we could honestly just have a full-size refrigerator next door. We've got the stove. It's a 3-burner stove with an oven, microwave, vent hood, the little sink, and then over here is the little table. This actually pops up and sets down and turns that into another twin bed as well. I think it's almost a twin bed. It's not, I don't think it's quite long enough to be a twin bed. It might be. Anyway, small bed here. We got a TV up there in the corner. And then the tiny little bathroom. Comes equipped with a shower, a sink. I've got a piece of trim sitting on the sink right now from a repair that I was making. There's the sink. There's a little toilet. There is a little closet where we keep towels and clothes and stuff like that. And a little medicine cabinet. So, man, being out at the river last night really brought back some fond memories of when, you know, we bought this thing just to go out and have a good time in, and now it might be a now it might be a temporary home for us. It's kind of funny. It's crazy how life works out sometimes. So anyway, it would be cramped up. It'd be a little uncomfortable at times. It'd be very, very personal, but hey, it's not impossible. Not impossible. Don't know what's going to happen. We're still just in the early stages of trying to figure everything out at this point. It's all still up in the air. Don't know which way it might go. But this is possible. This is kind of one of the ways we're leaning. We'd prefer to just rent a place and renovate as we go along, but there's no way that we could afford rent along with, you know, remodeling the house. As well, not even remodeling, it's completely renovating the house. But I don't know. Anyway, hey guys, I decided to sort through the wire first. I just made an amazing discovery. Our longtime viewers are going to know exactly what I'm talking about when I show you here in just a second. Something that's been missing for quite a while. So going through the wire now, sorting it up. We've got this is the big pile we're starting with. There's some number 1 copper, number 1 insulated copper. Basically what number 1 insulated copper is bare bright. It still has the insulation on it. It's got to be a single strand. It's got to be bigger than a pencil lead, and you know, when you bend it over, it stays bent. Okay, let's see. Then over here we have number 2. Number 2 is going to be most of your appliance cords, extension cords, that kind of thing. Most of what you find is going to be this stuff. This is a battery terminal connection. It's a big thick wire, but it's multiple strands of copper. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's multiple strands, so that makes it number 2. Here's one of the light cords for a big rig. Look at all that copper in there. I don't have time to strip all this down. You know our story. That's what we're doing. Okay, so I went inside to grab the bucket of Bare Bright, and I'm going through this bucket and I grab my first chunk out and then I lean over and look in. Look there. Look at that. A lot of you guys are going to know exactly what this is. Oh my gosh. I can't even believe I just found that. This is Stacy's flashlight that I bought for her birthday. It's a Phoenix brand flashlight. For a flashlight, it was very expensive, but I wanted her to have a good one, so I got her this one. She had it, honestly guys, maybe 2 weeks, and she lost the deadgum thing. And I've been giving her hell for it ever since. And there it is, safe and sound. I think probably I'm just going to keep this thing, start using it for myself. She probably done forgot what it looked like. As long as you guys keep a secret, she'll never know, because she doesn't watch these videos. Oh man, that's great. All right, I'm gonna get back to sorting this wire, and we'll pop the camera back on here in a few. Okay, update time. We're about an hour in. The first barrel has been gone through. That one was about 3/4 of the way full when we first started, so 75% of a barrel full. This is the low grade that we ended up with. This is all number 2. The yard we're going to be going to, I believe this stuff is 50 cents a pound. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's close. We already had some of the number 1. That's all number 1. That's Bear Bright. And we're going to get the other barrel over here. This one's quite a bit fuller. There's a lot of goodies in here too, so we're about an hour in so far. I'm going to get started on this barrel, and I'll show you when I'm done. Alright, it's been a while since I've had the camera back on. We got quite a bit done. I've been working on this literally all day long. We started out with 2 55-gallon drum barrels of insulated copper wire. We have gone through that. We ended up with about 30 pounds of low-grade stuff. Not a whole lot of it. This is all, by the way, I guess I should have started out by saying, this is all scrap metal that we've accumulated, non-ferrous scrap metal that we've accumulated over, I guess, the last 4 or 5 months or so. All from dumpster diving. All for dumpster diving. All non-ferrous. We used to strip the wire. There's a little bit of it. I had about a day's worth of that, and I thought, no, I'm not doing that no more. That's just number 1 copper. It's not even Bear Bright. Here's a bucket of our brass. There's our estate sale brass. You all remember that? We paid $1 a piece for each one of these rounds. I think they weigh about 6 pounds a piece. Look at that big old fat one. That's pretty nice. Quite a bit of brass. If you ever at them estate sales, man, go crawl around in the garage. You can actually find some pretty good scrap metal in there. Insulated, like extension cords. You can pick those up for next to nothing, and who knows, you might even be lucky enough to find a giant brass bar. Here's some of the trash we ended up with. This is all Bear Bright. It's not a whole lot, maybe like 7 pounds or so. Not too much. This is all number 1 copper. Not a whole lot. There's a little bit there. And most of the stuff, probably about 90% of it, was number 2 insulated. And this stuff goes for, I think at the big yard in Waco, it's something like 55 cents a pound. And I don't even know. There's well over 100 pounds there. I'm not sure exactly how much, but it's certainly a lot. There's all the plugs and everything else from the wires. That is just some Christmas lights. There's just some miscellaneous shred from all of it. I guess that'll all be shred, actually. Christmas lights included. Haven't sorted through this entirely yet. This is going to be stainless steel on top. And then that looks like aluminum. That big old giant pan though. That's why I always say to to keep an eye on the restaurant dumpsters. Check them anyway, because sometimes you can find really, really good scrap in them. I mean, that's a big old chunk of stainless right there. Here's where I've started the stainless steel pile. I'm still sorting through stuff there. This will all be dirty aluminum. Just stuff that I'm not going to clean, I don't think. Let's see. This, I'm not sure if I've got it sorted the right way. Maybe one of you guys can tell me. This is like dirty cast aluminum, I guess. These light fixtures, and I busted most of the plastic off of this stuff here, but I guess that'd still be dirty. And then this is some clean cast aluminum over here. That's some brittle stuff right there, man. I just gave it a bend to see if it was aluminum, and it snapped right in half. I guess it's pretty brittle, just like cast iron is. There's another piece of it there. That is as well. Then here's a 55-gallon drum full of clean copper. It looks like a lot, but copper, or did I say copper? This is a 55-gallon drum full of clean aluminum. It may look like a lot, but aluminum really does weigh nothing at all. That might be like 25, 30, maybe 40 pounds. There's some clean aluminum here too in those chairs. There's another piece of siding. Let's see. I've just ran out of time today. I've still got to clean the ACRs on that one. Let's see. We'll do that one. I don't remember which of these air conditioners are good and which ones are not good, so I've got to figure that out before we scrap those too. But yeah, definitely going to be a big non-ferrous run, so keep your eyes peeled for that. This is going to be the end of the video for today. I do apologize that there wasn't more, but got to get this stuff done. If this is all you see, I do appreciate you watching. Keep your eyes peeled for the big non-ferrous run coming up. I say big. It's probably not big to a lot of people, but it's what we've accumulated over the last 4 months, and it should pay out pretty good. We'll put all that money towards the house. With that being said, I appreciate you guys for watching this video. Thank you for all of your views, not just on this video, but our others as well. Appreciate all you guys do for our family. We love you guys very, very much, and we'll be back with another video as soon as we can.